But let's put the spotlight on levels, top stock ideas. And for that, we've got our chartist standing right by. We've got Kunal Bothra as well as Nooresh Merani. Okay, let's connect with you first, Kunal, and get in a sense as to what you make of the markets. We're calling it boring, dull, listless, what have you. But are you pleased that at least we're in consolidation mode and not grinding lower from these levels?
Yeah, I think there are two ways to look at it. That we are not falling on the indices, that's a good sign. Lack of participation from large cap names, that's not a good sign for the markets. But then at the end of the day, we are still into a range of 100 to 100 points. So there are multiple ways to look at this market right now. That after 5 straight months of successive price gains for the index, from the March lows of sub 17,000. On the Nifty, we managed to climb up to almost 20,000 in a matter of 5 months. So this could more or less be a resting period for the indices or a broad consolidation which is going on. There is also a lot of sector churn which has happened. Many of the erstwhile strong performing sectors like the auto, the private sector banking stocks, etc. These sectors have taken a pause, and now you're seeing emergence of new beaten down sectors. For example, chemicals made a good comeback, metal stocks have made a good comeback, power stocks, etc. have been doing exceptionally well. So I think it's more of a phase of a churn across the markets which is going on. In terms of the levels, we've been mentioning that from a very short term play, 90,300 and 400, that's a tight range for the index. So if you happen to open above the 90,400 mark today, the view would come back towards going long on the indices. And if we close below that 90,300 mark, then we could probably be initiating fresh shots on the index.
Right, okay, let's take it across to Nooresh. Nooresh, of course, has found the market that boring that he took leave yesterday. But that aside, Nooresh, what are you making of some of the private banking name underperformance that we're seeing right now? What's the call in the Nifty Bank?
So, on the Nifty Bank, it has bounced back from that 43,800 to 44,000 mark, which was the support. And now we watch out for 45,000. That's a upper side target. And once we cross that, that is where the trend changes. Same thing on the Nifty, 19,250, 19,300 has held on. And 19,600 becomes a price point, which is where we change trends. But what is interesting is when we look at the broader indices, if we look at the Nifty 500, the steepness of the current correction is much more flatter. The Nifty 200, much more flatter. And if we go to Nifty mid cap, Nifty small cap, we've not seen a similar correction. We've hit new highs in the previous few weeks. So it's because of a few heavyweights the index continues to lag. For example, Reliance Industries has gone nowhere. You have HDFC Bank going nowhere, 25% of the index sideways. But we are getting the first indications of some recovery across the heavyweights as well. So the view now changes to buy on dips and keep a stop loss below 19,250 and preempt a possible move above 19,600.